Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always is Moonpeer.
Hi.
And we're here for week 3 of Peglin. How did your run or runs go this week?
Well, I got my scientist dude
Mm-hmm.
all the way towards the end of the third area, which I'm assuming is the last based on the purple core scheme.
Correct.
Um, and then promptly died.
Oh, well. The
He
scientist,
is
I think, is pretty good.
he is very good and super powerful.
Yeah.
Like, you just get a variety of orbs. Don't get the same thing twice, and you're fine.
Yep.
I did get part one of the assemble orb. Don't know what that is.
I got one part of that this week as well, and I really, really want... Because it's basically like... Uh, it
It's
says, like...
hinting at a transformer,
Right.
basically.
Like, you're kind of... Put 5 pieces together and it becomes something bigger sort of thing, and I really want to put that together now because I am very tickled by that idea completely.
Yes, 100%. I want to know what it is, dude.
Yep.
I
I need to know, what is the assemble orb.
yes, but I can't do it while I'm using the scientist.
Right. Right, because I think they're all named the same thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
two of them I found at least were.
Yeah. I think we mentioned it last week, but the scientists basically, all of your orbs get stronger based on the number of unique orbs you have in your deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you have two of the same orb, if that cancels it out.
Yeah, I kind of couldn't tell. I did a couple of runs with the scientists this week, and I kind of couldn't tell because I just kind of played it like normal, and it didn't feel like I was punished for getting like 3 lightning orbs or anything like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um, I had a really bananas run this week, and I was doing Crucible
Sorry, could you spell that for me, please?
bananas run. Um,
Bananas.
yes.
It was a no doubt joke.
Oh yes, thank you. The run I had this week, I was playing Crucible 1, and I did beat Crucible 1 with this run. I didn't unlock 2, so I'm not entirely sure what I did wrong. I'm going to have to look at that. So, on the map, you run into those like question marks every once in a while, where sometimes it'll be a fight, sometimes it'll be like an event.
Yes.
I got an event one where it's that one where if you take I don't. It's either like you run into a mirror or you run into a lake or something. You can give it 4 HP and it'll take away one of your orbs, I think it was. Or, sorry, 8 HP, it'll take away like one of your orbs or half your orbs or something.
Four
And,
and it takes them all.
yeah, and 4 and it takes them all. And I said, you know what? I literally just started this run. I don't really have anything. Take them all. See what happens. Who knows what? Well, I ended up with the strongest run that I think I could possibly come up with. It gave me an
Okay.
it gave me an Ouroboros, not an Ouroboros, an Ouroboros, which
Yeah, I get it. I get the
yeah,
pun. Don't
sorry, I'm
worry.
leaning into it for the people at home because they don't know. If you're not playing it, you don't know how many orb jokes are in this game. They're unending. Um, it only lasts once, and for me, it's the only orb in my deck. But it carries over. It has echo on it. And echo carries over a percentage of your damage from your last played orb. So if it was like echo 20, it's going to your damage on your next orb starts with 20% of the damage you did from your last orb.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, okay, this sounds really interesting as the only orb I have in my deck. So I upgraded it to level 3, and it turned it into Persist 5, which means you can fire that orb 5 times before it cycles out of your hand. And since it's the only one
Okay.
in my deck, it didn't really matter. But it also, most importantly, gave it Echo 80. So it starts with 80% of the damage that your last orb did.
Wow.
And if you're doing the math, it's the only one in my deck. So over each level, it's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It
Yes.
it restarts every time you hit another node on the map, but I was often fighting stuff, and after I fired that thing twice, it's starting at 1300 damage and growing and growing and growing every time I fire it. It was honkers bonkers, let me tell you. I destroyed the final boss. I destroyed that wall boss I was complaining about last week because after
Well, I
like,
beat him today. I beat him yesterday.
oh nice, because like after I fired a couple of orbs, I'm just starting at 1500 damage and growing from there, and that guy quote unquote only has 6000 health. Like
Yep.
I ruined that run completely, and that's gonna be a thing I'm gonna keep an eye out for. I don't know if that event happens like that every time, because if I run into that one and it gives me an Orboros every time, I'm taking that thing 10 times out of 10. But if it has like more options in it, that's kind of fun. But you let me do the Orboros, and I'm gonna clear out my deck and just do that one again and again
Yeah.
because that was a blast. Um, so that was my last run of the week because I was like, well, I'm gonna end this week on a high note with just stomping this game completely, and that was a blast. I liked that run a lot. I'm hoping I can do more of that to try and continue to beat this game into submission.
I wonder if it was that orb that made you not be able to get to the next level.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I keep meaning to look into, because what the game has said is like you beat it on Crucible 1, you unlock Crucible 2. You beat it on 2, you unlock 3, etc., until you get to 20, I think is the highest. Um, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the difference was there, or if it was. I haven't had a chance to go look at it, and also I like sort of don't want a lot of stuff to get spoiled. Um, but yeah, even if that would prevent me from unlocking the next one, I had a blast, so I can't complain too much. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Peglin's a lot of fun, man. Certainly not the most complex game we've ever played on the show. Uh, Other than like unlocking the other two classes, which is we talked about the one last week of like getting basically 100 armor, and you'll unlock it. The other one has to do with
Yeah.
spinfection. It's
Yep.
how much spinfection was it? 40 or 100?
40,
Yeah,
40 plus.
that's a
But
lot.
I don't think I can do that. Don't think I can do that with the scientists because
Right.
you would need to go full on for a spinfection build, and then it pretty much has to be a boss, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Like the wall or the final boss or something. Like yeah, so that I'm gonna probably try to do that this week. Just try and unlock one more of those because I think those sound like they could be fun, but that that sounds pretty challenging. Man, I'm not sure how to do that.
Yeah, the funny thing is I feel like you're supposed to not get the scientist guy until last based on his positioning,
Right, because he's
and I
like
just find
fourth
it
in the
funny.
lineup.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
find it funny that we got him first.
Yeah. Like totally by accident too. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. All right. Any final thoughts here for Peglin Week 3?
Not off the top of my head.
It's great. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to playing it every week. So it's a pretty good sign for a lot of these games. So all right, that's our episode. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're enjoying the game as well, and hopefully we'll catch you all next run. Bye.
Bye.